Okay, we are back again for my VFL Champs disaster to finally come to an end. The first week didn't go great. The second week perhaps went even worse because at least in the first week I had 3 players go through. This time I had 1 player go through to the final 4. So only Jing out of my team managed to make it through. The other 5 all got eliminated, which means I'm going to be playing in the final 4 with only 4 players. That obviously is not ideal. You may know that that's not what you really want. Now, I'm going to try and salvage this the best that I can. Obviously, for those of you who have done better than me, which is most of you probably watching this video, congratulations. I don't even want to know where I'm at the leaderboard. I'm not even going to look. I refuse to look because it's not going to be pretty. Even people who didn't do their transfers for week 2 are still probably way ahead of me. In terms of like the actual points themselves, Jing didn't do that great. Probably one of Paper X's worst players in the playoffs. Rien's obviously didn't go that great. Genom actually was probably, like, for his cost, one of the better players, despite again being arguably one of the worst players on MMBR. Could have picked Arzine here and had a lot more points. Benji, oh, I mean, just truly woeful. I mean, I had Benji from the start, and he had a good week 1, so I was never going to get rid of him. So that one I can't really do much about. Grabinho, I mean, what was there to expect? And then Jonah P, also not very good. So, yeah, when you look at that, that is pretty bad. I mean, the choices are pretty bad. So, obviously, I've got 5 players to choose from to get rid of. Obviously, I'm just going to get rid of the players who cost the most, which is generally what you want to do. There is some case where, you know, you might value getting rid of the wildcard spot instead so you can have more choice. But, yeah, I'm just going to be doing whatever. Now, obviously, I'm so far behind that I think I need to take a risk. By the way, if you're doing, like, pretty well, you should want to just prioritize NRG and Fnatic, right? You want 2 players from these teams if you don't have them already, right? Like, if I was playing to win here, I would say go double Fnatic and get double NRG if possible. If you don't have any of them, just get 3 of them. Like, if you had a team like me, you've got none of them. If you want to do the best that you can, get 3 Fnatic NRG. Don't even think about it. Because the thing is, they play in the upper final. They are guaranteed. Whoever wins, whoever loses is guaranteed to play a best of 5. Okay, and that is what you want. Whereas if you load up on DRX and PaperX players, you know, whoever loses that game, well, they're just out. They play 1 game and they go home. Okay, so you don't want that, really. You basically, if you want to pick a team, you want 2 Fnatic, 2 NRG, and then either 1 and 1 or 2 of whoever you think is going to win that game. So yeah, let's talk about what I can do in terms of transferring players out. Obviously, I'm going to be getting rid of Rien's. And in terms of the options that I have available to me here, I could go freeing Estrella, I could go Crashies, I could go for, who else? Paper Rex and NRG. So I could go Brock, Ethan, or Patman. Now, again, I feel like I need to do something different, right? I need to go and find something that other people don't have and won't have and hope that they pop off to try and make up places. Because I just, what else is there to do, right? Like, I'm not going to do very well, so I might as well just take a risk and support, you know, random things happening. So I'm thinking of changing Crashies. I think I'm going to go all in on DRX, which, by the way, again, if you want to do well, that is not what you should do. But I'm thinking I should go all in on DRX, go and get Bane, bring in Bane, boom, give me that. Get rid of Benji, one of my options here. So my options here would be Flashback, who's obviously done very well. Chronicle and Althea, who's now back. You've got Scuba here. I'm going to go Alpha. A heavy hitter there. Let's go for Althea in that spot. And then let's get rid of Jonah P. And now I have, what, 10 to spend on any of those players. Right, so let's take a look at who we could get. I could go for Hyunmin. I'm going all in on DRX. It's worked out perfectly. I'm in on DRX. I'm at this point, I'm saying I hope DRX win this event. If like, this is the thing, right? If DRX did win this event, then maybe my score would actually be alright, right? I've got Jing, Althea, 2 DRX. Like, if they did win the event, maybe I'm popping off. If they don't, then obviously my score will be terrible again. But yeah, obviously my team at this point hasn't gone very well. So not really much to do. We're going to IGL Hyunmin in my hope that DRX win this event. I'm going all in. I'm playing different. I'm doing my thing. I'm doing what I want. That's my team. If I was offering you guys advice and say, what, you know, like for your teams in general, what I would say to do is, yeah, go and get NRG and Fnatic. I would say Brock is definitely looking like a good option. Mada potentially. You know, I think generally NRG are going to be good options because their costs aren't that high. So no matter who you transfer out, you probably like can make it work, right, with some NRG players. And then, you know, look for Fnatic. You might have to go for like a Boaster or a Crashies, you know, because they're some of the cheaper Fnatic players. But obviously, if you can get up to an Althea, a Kayak, you know, even Chronicle, those are obviously decent options as well. So ideally, you know, if you look at the points per game here of the Fnatic players, you can see that those three are doing much better. So yeah, that would be my advice. Try and load up on Fnatic and NRG if you want the most points, just because they are guaranteed to play that best of 5 no matter what happens. So you'll probably end up with, even if they lose both games, right? Even if they lose the upper final and the lower final, at least they've played in a best of 5. They'll at least get you something, right? And if you double up on them, then that means the team has won and they're playing in the grand final. If you're like me and everything's go terrible, maybe you have to take a risk and hope the DRX win this event.